Baskey. Oh, I started my cow with that one. Welcome to the Town Basketball and Hockey Podcast. I am your host, Adam Hess, and with me, as always, he was recently arrested for running shirtless into the Correspondents' Dinner, but it wasn't covered because someone else was arrested more prominently. It's Tyler Carcara. Tyler, how you doing today?
I'm good. I was there to protest the refs in the NBA. I was there for Devin Booker. I was there on behalf of Devin Booker, and it didn't work out as well as I'd hoped, I guess.
What a great transition there, because well, I guess it wasn't a great transition. They came up with tanking rules. I was like, oh, referees, but tanking has nothing to do with the referees.
I got right into the NBA though. I didn't veer at all. We're on point today, Adam.
You sure you don't want to?
We got a lot to talk about.
Soderbergh, Brandon Sanderson takes. Yeah, we do have a lot to talk about.
You want me to run back the conversation we're having before the podcast about?
Well, the good news
Brandon
is you
Sanderson
recorded the whole thing, so I can just insert it
fantasy
here.
Writers. Oh no.
So I did want to start off here with, we got an email in regards to the tanking.
We got an email.
We got an email.
Wow.
In regards to the tanking. Don't get too excited. It was Mike.
Oh.
But I did get a notification from the Town Alone Podcast at gmail.com email that just had the subject line Baskey stuff, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I opened it, and it was from Mike, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes more sense.
That's funny.
So I'll read it, the email in full, and then we can get into the taking conversation. So he says, greet 'em. I'm really botching this. I'm not used to this. We don't get these emails a lot. By the way, this email's maybe 200 words, and Gmail's like, would you like me to summarize this with AI?
We're so cooked, dude. It's so over. People can't read anything anymore. And I know this because I can't read anything anymore. I used to crush when I was younger, I would crush like 3 books a week, and now I'm like, it's like 3 a year. It's such a problem.
I can only crush B-tier sci-fi and fantasy novels that have no substance and are just incredibly easy to read now.
Oh yeah, I can still do that. I still read Wind and Truth in like 3 days.
You had my favorite Wind and Truth take ever, which was on the podcast when you said it was the worst 1,500 book that you read in 5 days.
Yeah, it's the worst book as long as the Bible I've read in 5 days ever.
But the email says, greetings, Adam and Tyler Carcar of the podcast.
Wow.
Longtime listener.
We're keeping that pod alive, God bless. We haven't released in a year.
Tyler, it's gotten to the point, it's not even a podcast bit anymore. Like, for a while, Tyler and I, Mike and I would call you Tyler Carcar of the podcast if you came up on any other podcast. Now he just texts me. And like, if the Magic are playing, he's like, how's Tyler doing? It doesn't just say Tyler anymore. It says, how's Tyler of the podcast.
I'm sure I'll let my co-host of that pod know that we need to bring it back.
Yeah, there you go. You got a loyal fan base just mentioning it constantly. It's like our writing campaign to bring back Family Guy.
We could bring it back. Did it get canceled?
That way back when, early 2000s.
Oh, gotcha. Sure.
My question is, the fuck is
do you think they're happy that they brought Family Guy back? Sorry, I keep cutting you off. I mean, think they're happy? Do you think they were like, why'd we do all that effort?
How many houses and yachts do you think Seth MacFarlane owns right now? He's probably pretty happy about it.
Well, he's happy about it. I'm talking about the people who signed the petition or whatever. Who did
those
the call-in campaign. Yeah.
No, they're all dead now. Every one of them.
Oh, like The Ring? They saw the new seasons of Family Guy and they...
Yeah. And then they get a phone call
and Peter
says,
Griffin
that movie from Japan, and then it cuts away to The Ring, and then it cuts back, and then he goes, that's happening to you.
And Peter Griffin crawls out of the TV.
What would that sound like? You're not Mike. I always make Mike do impressions. Have you heard his Patrick Warburton?
Is it good?
It's terrible, but I make him do it every time Patrick Warburton comes up.
I just got to think of a Kronk line. Yeah.
Kronk? Who the fuck
Kronk
is Kronk
from The Emperor's New Groove? What do you know Patrick Warburton from?
Seinfeld.
You motherfucker. I only know him from his plethora of animated roles.
I know him from Seinfeld.
What elite animation voice, by the way.
Yeah.
He's on his new right wing show. You know about Patrick Warburton's like right wing animated show. Where he's like, I'm just a shop teacher and I don't understand they thems, and it's like it's all like on
you
Fox.
You really patted yourself on the back for immediately getting
What?
into basketball. And then
You kept bringing up other stuff. Okay,
it's my fault.
That's your
Hold on,
fault.
I didn't set up my light today because I ran out of time. So I gotta close my blinds a little bit because I'm steadily turning into a ghost.
It's just like it's just like how it's your fault that I've watched so much Will Riley this year. I blame you.
That was mutually assured destruction, brother. So back to the email. Here's what I'm gonna do. Right, I'm going to read it and then I'm gonna have AI summarize it and tell you the AI summary. Tyler's covering his
covering
mouth
my
for audio
mouth.
listens. My question is, the fuck is Adam Silver doing? The alleged vampire spends so much time worrying about tanking and the lottery instead of more important things. When will the powers that be realize tanking isn't a problem? Having a lottery in general is a problem. The NFL doesn't have a lottery, teams tank, and then get players who can turn their franchises around. The new adjustment is misguided, short-sighted, and dare I say dumb as hell, and it's going to lead to bad teams continuing to be in the dumpster. And another thing. Shout out to Adams T-Wolves on eliminating the Nuggets and fake-ass big man Jokic. I promise you I'm still reading this. All those stretch fives shooting threes are ruining the game. Man up, go inside, impose your will. Sincerely, Mike Regan.
Well, thank you for your email, Mike. Glad you're a loyal listener. In regards to the first, we can talk about the first part of the question. In regards to the first part of the question, what the fuck is Adam Silver doing all day? Oh, the AI summary? Yeah, sure. Sorry. Yeah.
AI overview. Mike Regan asked Adam and Tyler of the podcast to discuss Adam Silver's misguided NBA lottery adjustments. Mike Regan also congratulates the T-Wolves on beating the Nuggets and criticizes quote-unquote stretch fives.
You know what sucks is that is extremely accurate, but it lost all its juice.
It did. All the juice comes from Mike just being off the cuff at work at 4 a.m. emailing this to me.
Well, Mike of the Town Alone podcast.
There you go.
In regards to your first question about what the fuck is Adam Silver doing, worrying about tanking, it is a problem. It is a problem.
You and I would know that from having watched all the tanking teams 1 million
we watched
times
so
this
much
year.
Wizards this year. It's a problem. The guys aren't playing. Like you could go to the Wizards traded for 2 all-star NBA players, and neither of them played a minute for them this year. They were like,
I think Trey Young played like 13 minutes.
Did he play 13 minutes? Well, Anthony Davis played 0.
Anthony Davis threw up that fat goose egg for everyone.
Do you think he'll ever play for the Wizards? He's got to, right? He's going to play
at
next
some
year,
point,
right?
you know.
Yeah. Anyway,
Trey Young played 5 games, 20.8 minutes per game. Would you care to guess how many points he averaged per game?
13.
15.2, which would be a career low by 4 entire points.
Is he about to do the Jordan Poole where he's just going to go to another team and just average 10 less points a game, and everyone's going to go, huh? What happened there?
Yeah, I thought he was good. What happened?
I thought he was good. What happened? Anyway, back on target. Stay on target. That was a Star Wars reference, Adam.
Darth Vader, I know.
Yeah, Darth Vader. Stay on target. Taking absolutely is a problem, 100%. And I disagree with the sentiment that, the NFL doesn't have a lottery and they don't have a tanking problem. The real issue is that in the NFL, there are so few games that the variance year to year is extremely wild, right?
Yes.
You could go from worst to first in the NFL.
The Patriots?
You simply cannot do that in the NBA. You cannot go worst to first in the NBA.
Yeah, I think last year the Pistons set like a record for improvement year over year in wins, and it was like 31 wins or something like that.
And they still lost in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like it's
history repeating itself, eh?
Yeah, you don't go from a 12-win team to a 60-win team. Like that just doesn't happen. And beyond that, it's like the top draft picks are just worth more in the NBA than they are in the NFL. Like listen, like you need a top pick in the draft to draft a quarterback in the NFL. But at the end of the day, someone getting to draft, to compare drafts like this offseason, a team getting Caleb Wilson, if the Warriors stumble into Caleb Wilson, with like they get the 3rd pick or whatever, that's going to be infinitely more valuable to them than like Arvell Reese is for the Giants this year. You know,
I mean, like to stretch that example even further, the number 2 pick in this year's draft is going to be Cam Boozer, probably for the NBA, who has the potential to like make a team take a leap. Or even if you go last year, Con Knipple at 3, 4, whatever he went at, completed a team. David Bailey, the Jets are still going to be dog shit despite having the number 2 pick in the draft. Even the Raiders, who get the number 1 pick, get Fernando Mendoza, everyone's most favorite Kirk Cousins. He's going to have a smaller impact in year 1 and year 2 than AJ DeBanza will.
Yeah, it's just the way that the NBA works at the end of the day. So that's why the lottery exists in the first place, is people were like, oh, I don't want the 10th pick in the draft. I want the 3rd pick in the draft. Versus in the NFL, it's kind of a little like, unless you need a quarterback specifically.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll take the 10th pick. I'd rather win that game and set a culture and do whatever, you know, than bench everybody and lose so that we get a top 5 pick or whatever.
All the people you bench are going to be gone by the time your team's good anyways.
It's also like how often the NFL draft just has way more variance than the NBA draft. We're way better at scouting NBA players than we are at scouting NFL players by like such a crazy margin. It's insane.
Right. I mean, most of the times when you talk about like a true miss at the number 1 pick, it's someone that has
who had like injuries.
Miss. Yeah. I mean, like Markelle Fultz, right? Markelle Fultz
had like a deteriorating shoulder.
And who knows what the fuck happened with his jump shot? But it wasn't like they misscouted him.
It was because of the shoulder. He had like a deteriorating shoulder injury.
Yeah.
And listen, everyone gets to now go back and be like, they should have taken Tatum. Like I hear Simmons talk about it all the time on his podcast, but like I was there. Like I cared a lot about that draft because I really wanted Tatum to fall to the Magic, and he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was like, "Oh yeah, Markelle Fultz, that's solid pick there." You know, come on.
Obviously, I'm not a college basketball guy, but I feel like there was enough people out there being like, "Wait, this guy didn't even play in the tournament. Like he played at Washington. We don't have that much tape on him. Why is this guy suddenly the number 1 draft pick?"
Yeah, I don't think it was like a shoo-in thing, but it's the same as like people being like, "Oh, I told you Luka Doncic should have gone over DeAndre Ayton," and it's like. I remember everyone being like, why did the Kings take Marvin Bagley? But I remember everyone being like, yes, DeAndre Ayton, the definitive number 1 pick in this draft, you know?
Outside of Maxine Reynaud, how many times in the last 15 years do you think that you have said to yourself, I don't know why the Kings did X?
Every day, brother. Every day.
Don't name your team the Kings. Los Angeles Kings, limbo. Sacramento Kings, bad.
Yeah, the LA Kings have had a better history than the Sacramento Kings, to be fair.
LA Kings have, but the LA Kings have been in limbo for the last decade.
I wouldn't know.
So should we talk about these new tanking rules?
Yeah, we should talk about the new tanking rules. I think they're good. Am I crazy?
Let me give you a quick summary here of them for those of you.
And put it in AI.
Oh, yeah, you want me to put it in AI?
Yeah, burn a tree down to summarize the tanking rules.
I'll give you my summary, and then while we get your thoughts on it, I will. I'll put it. What are you thinking? DeepSeek or ChatGPT? What are we going with?
Have you tried Claude? Have you tried Claude?
I think Claude costs money, doesn't it? And also, they made. Have you heard that Anthropic is like, we made a new AI that's so good it scares the fuck out of us?
Oh, that's good. I love that. That's also. I feel like half of that stuff is marketing, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah. This app is going to change the world, and then it's like, I don't know, it's fine, I guess.
Well, if Polymarket said that, I'm kind of prone to believe them. The new tanking rules. The lottery's expanded from 14 to 16 teams, and this is all for the 2027 draft. The bottom 3 teams receive 2 lottery balls and have a floor of the 12th pick. Teams 4 to 10 receive 3 lottery balls, and the 9th and 10th play-in seeds have 2 lottery balls. Wait, so teams 4 to 8 receive 3 lottery balls. The 9th and 10th play-in teams have 2 lottery balls. And the final 2 lottery teams, the loser of the 2 last spots, each get 1 lottery ball. So the top 3 teams have the 3 lottery balls. They have the best chance. The middle pack has 2 lottery balls. And the bottom 2 teams, or the top 2 teams, depending on your perspective, have 1 lottery ball. No team can win the number 1 pick in consecutive years. No team can have 3 consecutive top 5 picks, and teams cannot protect picks in slots 12 to 15 going forward, which is arbitrary. This proposal,
that was just literally that should be called the Pacers rule.
Yes,
the Zubats rule,
or the I was going to say the Mavs rule, but that wasn't even the Mavs because the Mavs was protected up to 10 when they got everyone's favorite bench warmer Derek Lively. And the pros also has a sunset provision. It automatically expires after 2029, where they decide if they want to renew it or not. So while you tell me what you think of these rules, let's see what AI has to say about these lottery provisions.
I think it works. Listen, I'm in the camp of as long as there is a draft and there is a lottery and it values you to have a top 5 pick in the NBA draft and that's your only way out of the cellar, then you're going to have people tanking and being intentionally bad. What this does is de-incentivizes being the worst team, and I see a lot of people talking about, people may incentivize tanking out of the play-in down to we're the 10th seed, let's just lose a few games and get down to the where you get down a couple spots so that we're in the top for that 4 to 10 range, so we have the highest odds for a lottery ball. And to that I say they would have had to win enough games to be the 10th seed. Isn't that good? Isn't that they would have had to try a lot longer and a lot harder?
So that's the case for it, I think, is that if you are saying that the problem is teams are losing intentionally too early. I mean, look like the Pacers spent all year trying to lose. They traded for Ivan Zubats and
there are teams. They're 15 games into the season. People were tanking. People were tanking in December.
Okay, so I had AI summarize it, and it's just not interesting enough to read on the air. So we're gonna.
And it turned your power out.
Yeah. Here, ready. What's this? I brought the light by closing AI. The Claude. I don't know how you pronounce it. The Claude backsplash. It's in dark mode, and usually I love that because Google Docs on my browser does not have a fucking dark mode. So even when I set up my light and I get it nice, I open up Google Docs and suddenly, bam, the light of 1,000 stars. But now that I don't have my light set up, if I go to anything in dark mode, it's like I'm trying to hide my identity for a CNN interview.
Adam, where were you during the correspondence dinner?
I was shirtless. I was just somewhere else. So I agree with you in the sense that this is going to, I think, prevent teams from intentionally losing 4 years in a row. But it's not going to stop teams from intentionally losing 3 years in a row. It's not going to stop teams from intentionally losing 2 years in a row. Like this year's draft, where there is 4 top-tier prospects, and then a fall-off, but then still several good prospects. If you can't have the number 1 pick, but you still have 2 more years where you can have a top 5 pick, you're like, cool, I'll go for it. I think that it helps once you get up to the higher ranges. Man, I really should have set up a light because I have everything else in my browser is in dark mode. It looks like. Here, let me do this. Nope, Google's also in dark mode. Jesus Christ! All right, I'm gonna have to open up just a different window.
It's a loose Word document.
Yeah, just a loose Word document. But this year, going into the play-in, especially in the Western Conference, let me tell you the difference here. The drop-off. The Warriors, 37 wins, last play-in spot. The 11th seed, Pelicans, 26 wins. There was nothing competitive in that play-in race for the last 4 months of the season. So I think that if it prevents that, it's a step in the right direction. Now, to a level, it's still a half measure, right? We talk about this a lot. We've talked about this a lot in this podcast.
You just said measure. You just said half measure.
Half measure. What?
Measure?
Measure?
Measure. I'm measuring.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were the word police.
Measure?
Yeah, half measure.
Measuring? What the fuck? What do you call it? A winder? What?
A winder?
Yeah, instead of a window?
Oh.
Stay away from the winder.
Window? Measure and window do not rhyme. I cannot believe.
Aluminium.
Aluminium? Yeah. So anyways,
Sure.
word
Get outta
police
here.
on the side here. So if it helps increase the competitiveness down the stretch, that's a good step. However, it's still a half measure because, as we've talked about time and time again on this podcast, unless you say we're getting rid of the lottery or we're getting rid of the draft, teams are going to tank.
Yeah, I mean, there is a component to maybe we just get rid of the lottery entirely, because the thing about that is if you're the 10th worst team toward the end of the season, if you're less incentivized to continue tanking because there's no chance you're going to move up in the draft. Right. So it's like that's the NFL thing, right? It's like you have 6 wins and you lost a bunch of games. You're not going to be like, well, let's throw the last game out the window. Well, sometimes they do if things go poorly, but that's natural.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like we're not going to throw the last couple games out the window, even though we're eliminated from playoff contention because there's no way for us to get the top 5 pick anyway because we already have 6 wins. So there's something to be said there.
And we'll close it out after just like a couple more thoughts because I don't want to spend our entire podcast talking about this. I will say that I think that a lot of people are congratulating the NBA for flattening the lottery odds for picks 1 to 7 down to every team. This is an 8.1% chance of the number 1 pick. That doesn't matter. Because if you're like, we want to be bad, we want to shot at the number 1 pick, you don't care if your pick's 1 to 7, but you want to make damn sure you're not pick number 8, the 8th ranked team in the NBA. So it still is just like, well, we should lose as much as possible to ensure we're nowhere near sniffing the play-in.
Wait, what are you saying? It's teams 4 through 10 have the highest lottery odds.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It basically is like if you're the top 3 teams, you're fucked. Like you're the worst 3 team in the league, you're screwed.
What are the top? What odds do the top 3 teams get?
2.
Oh, they get 2 balls, so they have a 5.4% chance. So you want to finish 4 to 7.
You want to finish 4 to 10.
That's absurd. Yeah, 4 to 10. Yeah,
I don't know. I think this will work out better. I think it will raise the floor of the tanking teams. Like teams won't be so like craven about it from December on, because I think in the last month of the season we're probably still going to get some like nasty tanking. If you're like, I'm the 10 seed in the play-in, but we could be in that 4 to 10 range, then then you'll tank out of it. But that means there were competitive games in January, so I'll take it, I guess.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
And this will be the last thing, and we'll move over to the actual playoffs, the fun thing to talk about. If you are in the 9-10 play-in matchup, how long until we see one of those teams tank that game to make sure they get 2 lottery balls instead of 1?
Is that the way it works? I thought if you're the 9-10, you're not in the top 10. You're not in the bottom 10 of the league. You're like 12.
Yeah, so the 9-10, the 9th and 10 play-in seeds in each conference would also receive 2 lottery balls each. The loser in the play-in game between 7 and 8 would receive just 1 lottery ball. Okay, so
yeah, if you are in the 9-10
where you finish the
game,
regular season.
you
it's where
get
you finish
2.
regular
It's where you
so
finish
no
regular
tank the
season.
play-in.
Because
Okay,
yes, cool. yeah, they at least covered that ground. Now here's the real problem, Adam. We just spent 20 minutes talking about this. Imagine explaining this to a new fan.
Yeah, which is always the NBA's problem. The NBA keeps doing shit where you go, okay, people will come in the door because it's fun to watch Steph Curry hit threes, but how many invested fans, like how many League Pass fans are you going to get out of that for now your complicated-ass salary cap, your complicated-ass trade rules, your complicated-ass draft?
It's the old lady that swallowed the fly.
Yeah.
Except they swallowed the anti-tanking rules.
They swallowed the anti-tanking and bird rights
It
rules.
was the old lady who swallowed the lottery.
I might title the podcast that.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's so complicated.
Let's get to these fucking NBA playoffs, eh?
Oh my god, yeah. Real basketball? Talking about real basketball?
Talking about real basketball. Tyler?
Talking about real basketball, so we won't be talking about Raptors Cavs then, right? Because that's not real basketball.
I wanted to make sure I had a note on every playoff series that's currently ongoing and try to try to feature in the ones that have already concluded, or I should say every playoff series through yesterday.
I'd rather watch another Wizards-Nets game than watch another Raptors-Cavs game. I hate this series. We can't start there
today, and I was doing one more pass on my notes, and I was like, am I forgetting anything? So I just pulled up the bracket, and I realized that I had 0 notes on Raptors-Cavs, and I had done 2 passes in my notes without realizing that.
That's funny.
But what we are doing is we're doing Hate It or Love It. And we're going to just pause here for a second because here's where I'm going to insert the entire song Hate It or Love It by 50 Cent in the Game.
I don't think I could hum that one.
But we're doing Hate It or Love It for the NBA playoffs. I pitched it to you as doing 3 hates and 3 loves, balancing it out, being positive and negative. I also have I have a lot of extra ones just to make sure that we touch on everything. But I think that we should simply kick it off here, which is that I have a bonus set of loves for just the Timberwolves. I have a bunch of loves for just the Timberwolves. So let's kick it off there.
I'm happy for that, yeah.
As the Timberwolves closed out the series against the Denver Nuggets last night, launching us into a whole Jokic legacy discussion, a whole Rudy Gobert legacy discussion. Which brings me to my first love of the NBA playoffs, which is the Rudy Gobert respect. I never thought we'd see the day. People are talking about Rudy Gobert as a generational talent on defense. They're talking about his series against Jokic. Some people are handing him the MVP of the series. And
I mean, I think you'd have to. Jaden McDaniels, actually.
One of those two, yeah.
That
Finch after the game said that it...
Yeah, no good.
Finch after the game said that the co-MVPs of the series are McDaniels and Gobert. But not only was he so defensively sound, especially in those first 4 games, that we started to question if Jokic was washed. Not only did he stand up in the last 2 games, Jokic found his groove, but Rudy Gobert still there detesting anything else from happening in the paint. But he hit 2 free throws in clutch time in Game 6 to extend it to a 2-possession lead. Rudy Gobert hit 2 free throws in a row. Is he turning into Steph Curry? Late career Rudy Gobert 3-point shooter? Is that what we're getting out of this guy?
Rudy Gobert, late career, half Jokic, half Steph Curry, all Rudy Gobert on the defensive end, you know?
Yo, the United States is so cooked in the next Olympics with Steph Curry Gobert hitting threes just constantly.
Yeah, it's so over. And then like saucing up, you know, Anthony Davis or whoever the fuck is playing center. Just like there were a couple like pivot steps that he did, like the whirly bird Jokic move where he he like pivoted on a foot and like threw it up and under the basket. You're like, holy shit, Rudy.
He had a play where I think Cam Johnson jumped to contest a ball. It might have been someone better. It might have been Spencer Jones. Jumped to contest a ball when he was in the paint. And he wrapped around, threw it to the corner to Terrence Shannon, who hit a 3. He had another one where he drove and kick. This is Rudy Gobert. The guy dribbles like Bambi walks on ice. And he had a drive and kick into the paint to Naz Reid for an open 3.
Rudy Gobert, we used to joke on this podcast that when he gets thrown the ball, half the time it looks like someone's throwing him a pan that just came off the stove where he's like, I don't know what to do.
A basketball?
Do I touch it? Do I not touch it?
I'll burn through the rest of my loves here because I have a lot of them, and we can't just talk about the Timberwolves for the entire podcast.
This is talking about them for a while.
This isn't the Orlando Magic.
This is a good
we
win
can't spend a whole
guys.
podcast talking about them.
I don't want to talk about them.
My other love, random bench guy day. Just games 4 and 5 with Ayo Dosunmu. Just
Ayo.
The 43-point Ayo game.
Did he play yesterday? Was he out?
No, he was out yesterday.
That's
game 6, he was out. So game 6. No Dante DiVincenzo, no Anthony Edwards, no Ayo Dosunmu, and for some reason people keep being like, and also no Kyle Anderson. I watched the Timberwolves this year. Every time Kyle Anderson checked in, I went, fuck, Kyle Anderson's checking in.
How dare you? How dare you shit on slow-mo like that?
Game 6, the Terrence Shannon Jr. game?
Yeah, 24. I got to be so real. I've watched a lot of basketball this week. I did have to work last night, and I missed all the games. I remember being like, I walked to the bar because one of the bartenders, my buddy, he keeps the games on his phone in the back, like under the bar. And I was like, "What's the Knicks score?" And he's like, "Dude, are you about to be?"
You missed an absurd
surprised.
Day of basketball. But Terrence Shannon Jr., by the way, after the game, they're interviewing Jaden McDaniels because Jaden McDaniels had just one of the closeout games of his life. Which, by the way, I just want to the Denver Nuggets. I don't want to kick you while you're down here. I know Jokic is a big fan of Baskey. if a guy after game 1 calls out your whole team and says they can't guard, and in the closeout game scores 32, that's you gotta address that in the locker room. Like this guy said you can't guard. He hits a layup after the game's over that you go rush him for. He's shut down your second best player for the entire series, and then you still let him score 32 in a closeout game? Come on, guys.
Yeah, Jaden McDaniels, did he mark it correct? Jamal Murray, is he like well, is Jamal Murray just like not playable anymore?
Yeah, he can't play Murray.
4 for 17?
Yeah. Yeah.
My
yeah.
God.
Bad game from Murray. He even missed some open threes. But after the game, they're interviewing Jaden McDaniels. And I can't remember who the sideline reporter is, but at one point Terrence Shannon Jr. walks over and like throws a towel at Jaden, and the sideline reporter goes, "Tell me about this young man here," and points towards Terrence Shannon Jr. Terrence Shannon Jr. was a 4-year college player. He is older than both Jaden McDaniels and Anthony Edwards.
That's like Jamal Cain on the Magic. Everyone's like, this guy, he's out of nowhere, 3rd year in the league. He's 27.
There's a
he played 4
years
at Marquette.
I don't want to bring up too much hockey on here because I know you're loath to talk about hockey, but there's a guy.
Not that I'm loath,
Lightning.
I just don't know anything about it.
There's a guy on the Tampa Bay Lightning who one of the stalwarts for the Lightning got injured this year. One of their defensemen.
Yeah.
And this guy Darren Radish kind of stepped up, and everyone's like, "Darren Radish breakout year? He's 30. Darren Radish is 30. Terrence Shannon is the Darren Radishes of Timberwolves basketball.
Terrence Shannon is still younger than me, so we're good.
Which means he's definitely younger than me.
Yeah.
Darren
I'm
Radish
younger than you. Isn't that funny how that works? Oh, he's from Chicago. There you go.
Yeah, he was one of the Fighting Illini in college.
Yeah, he went to Lincoln Park High School.
2 more loves, and then I'll let you take the wheel a little bit so we're not just talking about the Timberwolves here.
Yeah.
Injured players rooting for the win? Dante DiVincenzo at courtside 6 days after getting Achilles surgery in New York?
Well, he got it within 10 hours of the injury, so he'll be back by the second round, right?
They're getting him. They're giving him a documentary, just like they gave Jason Tatum, right? We're gonna get the Dante DiVincenzo documentary.
Yeah, everyone's favorite story. You know how everybody's like, "Oh no, we'll get to the Celtics. I'm not going to start up on the Celtics."
All right. My final love: the Timberwolves crowd. Tyler, you once pointed out in what I call the Ice Cube tray game because you gave me a bunch of Ice Cube trays after this game.
It was actually the cat return game.
The cat return game. The Knicks return to play the Timberwolves in Minnesota. You pointed out how dead the crowd was. Last night, the Timberwolves crowd redeemed themselves. They were OKC level loud for 48 minutes of game time.
I love that for them. Yeah, I mean, listen, at the game I went to, it was a regular season NBA game. It was Cat's return. It was before we knew whether it was when Julius Randle was playing really bad right at the start. And I think everybody was like kind of quiet in a way that was like, oh God, did we just trade away the best player since Kevin Garnett and we're going to suck now? Like that's kind of the vibe in that crowd. And it didn't, and it worked. Hey, it worked out.
It worked out for both teams as Cat had
win-win
a triple
trade.
double. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too bad Dante got hurt. That's a bummer.
That is a bummer. But like you said, he'll be back in the second round. Him and Ant both.
Yeah.
My last take on this is, and I was thinking about this when I was walking home from the gym today. If it was between Ant coming back injured in the second round or us losing in 5 games, it's okay to lose in 5 games. You guys went out on your shield. You beat a Denver team down 4 players technically, that you had no business beating. Don't let it.
Or did they have business beating this Nuggets team? This Nuggets team was a fraud all along. You know,
they cooked them.
Yeah, they did cook them though.
With that, Tyler, how about we get to let's change the tempo a little bit here. Let's get to one of your hates.
You want to get to one of my hates. What should I start with? You know what? I already mentioned it, so let me bring it up. I hate Cavs Raptors. I hate this whole series. I hate everything about it. I hate looking at both these teams. They both are, you know, like I know the Raptors. I hate how similar their colors are. The series, the jersey color combinations against each other offends my eyes. Like this series sucks, dude. The other day, the Raptors won Game 4. They were 4 for 30 from 3, and then yesterday they lost 125 to 120. Pick one. Is this a defensive series where no one can score, or is this, or are you scoring 1,000 points? neither of these teams deserve to be in the playoffs. The Magic, if they win today, because I don't think they're going to win a Game 7 in Detroit personally. If they win today, them or the Detroit are just going to absolutely slaughter whoever wins this Raptors Cavs series in the second round. Like people are going under screens and Dennis Schroeder's getting wide open 30-footers. Like that's not happening if Jalen Suggs is playing them. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely not.
This series is gross and embarrassing. Like the amount of space Scotty Barnes going to the basket, the amount of space Scotty Barnes is getting going to the basket, especially coming straight off. Like I watched the entire Magic Pistons game and then went right into the second half of Raptors Cavs. And like, it's like, when you try, you try two white wines and you're like, oh, they're so different or whatever. You try them, but then if you try them right next to each other, you're like, oh, I can actually taste it. Like seeing Magic Pistons right into Raptors Cavs, you're like, what the fuck? Are they not? Do they decide not to play defense in this series? And they still can't score. I have a related
hate, and then I want to talk about the series just a little bit more, and then we'll put it on the back burner forever. Hopefully, we don't have to talk about it again come next podcast.
Well, when James Harden scores 83 points.
Game 7, yeah.
In Game 7, yeah.
My hate for this is the cognitive dissonance I get from it. Like, I have watched the Cavaliers play all season. I'm actually a pretty big defender of Donovan Mitchell in particular. I've watched them play all year. I've watched the Raptors play all year. I am aware of the quality of both of these teams. Neither one of them I ever put in the contender category. But when they play each other, it gives me like the equivalent of NBA brain rot, where because I am seeing them in the same room and I see the way that certain players play, I'm like, well, these guys they're beating up a good playoff team this much. They gotta be a top guy. So I have to stop myself from watching Cavs Raptors and thinking that Jamal Shed and Jamison Battle are all defense level players. I have to stop myself from thinking that because they are not. The Cavs offense simply goes through periods of ineptitude when Jamal Shed and Jamison Battle are on the court. I want this as my mantra. I want to tattoo this on my chest backwards so I can see it in the mirror like John G. killed my wife. I want to simply remind myself every time I think it that Jamal Shed is not Dyson Daniels reborn. Jamal Shed is not Grand Theft Alvarado at 26 minutes. Jamal Shed is a good defensive bench player, but James Harden is so loose with the fucking ball because he can't bounce it near himself because, his love handles might knock it away, that he is able to get so many more steals than I expect. But I'll be out there watching and I'm like, damn, Jamal Shed just picked I almost called him Davion Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell's pocket again. Get this guy on the Timberwolves.
Yeah. You want to take a guess on Jamal Shed's regular season field goal percentage?
This is total field goal percentage?
This is total for the season. And I'll give you a hint. He averaged 6.6 points this season and 5.5 assists.
Can you tell me how many steals he averaged per game real quick while you have that up?
0.9.
Okay, because he's averaging like 2.1 in this series, and I'm like, Jamal Shed!
And you know what? I'll tell you his 3-point percentage even. He's averaged 32% from 3-point this year. What is his field goal percentage? His total percentage from the field.
There's no way it's by 50. I'm going to go 46%.
You are actually 10 points too high. It's 36% from the field.
Christ. Jamal, get in the lane. God damn.
32% from 3 and 36% from the field is diabolical. Is this guy just taking threes?
Do you think if you just saw Jamal Shed 36%, you'd be like, wow, he had a really good three-pointer game?
Yeah. Anyway, moving on from Jamal Shed.
Moving on from Jamal Shed, and unless you have any more thoughts, moving on from Cavs Raptors.
Just the loose thought that maybe they shouldn't have traded for James Harden. I want to say I said that in our post-trade deadline pod that I was like, why'd you do that? That was bad.
Now, here's the thing. If we are just going to be a results-oriented podcast, Darius Garland looked good on the Clippers, but also, I don't see the Clippers playing basketball. I'm looking for the Clippers to play basketball. I'm not seeing it. Not seeing it anywhere.
Well, yeah, because they only have Darius Garland and Kawhi Leonard. That's all they got. Who are you expecting to step up, Adam?
Ivan Zubats. He's still on the team, right? He's got to be there.
Oh, wait, no. They didn't do that. Why'd they trade Zubats? Kawhi is playing so well.
I don't think they got like a particularly great deal for him, but maybe like I still think that there's something coming with this aspiration thing where they're gonna drop the hammer and they were like, well, let's sell high now because we're not gonna be able to be competitive next year.
Yeah. Anyway, let's stop talking.
Can I give you one of my loves?
Yeah,
now
go
that,
for it.
How about this? You know what I love, Tyler?
Yeah.
Human growth hormone, HGH.
Playoff P.
I don't know what Paul George popped positive for, but it's been at him 25 games, and fuck's sake, he's shot up again. He's OKC Paul George suddenly.
I love that. I love that for us.
17.2 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 stocks, which are combined steals and blocks per game. And quietly, in a series that has Derek White and has Jason Tatum, maybe, we'll see how that calf injury goes, has Joel Embiid, has Jason Tatum. Has Paul George just been the best defender in this series? Has 47-year-old Paul George, the LeBron stopper Paul George, been the best defender in this series?
Well, I'll just combo your love right into one of my loves, which is I love that the Celtics are so hateable they got me to root for the Philadelphia 76ers. That's crazy. I usually root for the Sixers' downfall, but there's just something about Paul George being out there where, like, when I think about, like, my childhood, like, getting into basketball, I just picture, like, ESPN Sunday night, like, LeBron Cavs against the Pacers, Paul George.
Yeah.
That's just what I remember. So it's just fun to see Paul George out there doing stuff, man.
It is, and he's doing stuff well too. It's not like no shade or anything. Obviously, he's an important part of the team, but it's not like Mike Conley, where they're like, let's roll out the corpse of Mike Conley for 12 minutes.
You know what? Let's get Roy Hibbert out there. He can do some HGH and get back in the game, right?
Seriously, if this is what the NBA is going to do, if you test positive for like enhancing substances, get every player shooting up steroids.
Yeah, exactly.
25 games and you come back 15 years younger than you were?
Let's get Nene back in the game, you know? The Manimal.
Does he have a full name, or is it just Nene?
I think it's just Nene.
I think it's just Nene. I think he's Brazilian, and they just allow that shit down there. They're like, yes, one name, that's fine.
Let's see.
I'm trying to fight through some allergies here, but also, like, while we're talking about this, because I don't have it listed anywhere else,
he legally changed his name in 2003, which was his first NBA season.
Okay, just to Nene.
He had a real name before that.
He had a real name. What's your favorite name change in NBA history? Is it Meta World Peace, Nene, or Enos Freedom?
I like Nene personally because it's the nickname thing of, like, if you don't even remember it's a nickname, then that's the best nickname.
Yeah, like Magic
Johnson.
Like
Magic Johnson, yeah. Where people just call him Magic. Like, I would call him Magic. I'd be like, hey, Magic. You know what I mean? Like, people don't remember that his real name is, like, what? Like, Ernest? Is it, or just Irving?
I think it's something like that.
Irving.
Yeah.
It's Irving. Irving Magic.
Oh, yeah, Irving. There you go. Sorry, I was clicking on something, and I just, whatever you said, I was like, I'm going to agree with this no matter what he says.
Do you know Tiger Woods' real name? You know Tiger's real name?
It's Tiger.
It's not.
No, what is it?
It's Eldrick. His name is Eldrick Woods.
Eldrick?
Eldrick.
What a
like
great...
like a Brandon Sanderson character.
yeah. Eldrick Woods definitely sounds like a guy with a cursed sword. While we're doing some quick pats on the back, because I don't have this written down anywhere else, talk about rolling back the clock a little bit there. Embiid's having a pretty good series for, the 3 games he's going to play this series.
Yeah, he really is.
Like,
it's amazing what happens when you only have to play like 2 games, you know?
Game 5 Embiid, 33 points. Roll back the clock performance from him there.
Roll back the clock. When was he good in the playoffs? Like, I guess 2019.
He was good. He was good in that Toronto series where Kawhi Leonard stole a soul, right?
Yeah, where Kawhi Leonard hit the best shot of all time.
I like how
I know Jordan has the shot, but, like, in my mind, that is the greatest shot I've ever seen.
I'll never forget what that shot looked like and where I was. I can picture it in my head right now.
There's only a handful of plays where, like, I remember the call, like the the announcer call, you know? Just the way they screamed is incredible. I love when a shot is so crazy that the announcers just stop announcing the game and they just go, "Holy shit."
But games 4 and game 5 for Embiid, pretty good. Game 6, he kind of fell asleep at the wheel. Not a great shooting night for him, but he's also been like defensively pretty good. He looks a lot lighter. Not used to seeing Joel Embiid look so light. Listen, I'll never accept that Joel Embiid is a MVP for all of time, no matter what. But
worst MVP, Joel Embiid or Russell Westbrook?
Russell Westbrook. You can never get my mind off the fact. Hey, should we just give the MVP to Jokic this year? He averaged triple-double. So I think Jokic wins MVP because he averaged triple-double. So
was it just because the other options the Westbrook year were people who'd already won a bunch of times, so everyone got bored? Is that what happened?
Should have been Kawhi Leonard that year, or LeBron James. But also, like, James Harden just had a better series, and I don't think he had won an MVP yet.
Huh. Interesting.
James Harden was the last American to win MVP. Fun fact.
Until Jaylen Brown wins this year, or no, I'm kidding.
Anthony Edwards, if he had played 65 games.
Yeah.
Do we both give a love there? I gave Paul George. Did you give a love to? Oh, the Celtics for being so hateable.
Yeah. And that can be a hate too. In that I hate the Celtics. I know everyone's like, that's how the Celtics are a boring team no one likes to watch, because it really is incredible that Tatum is back, and like people, like Celtics fans are trying to spin this as like, wow, the sports story of our age,
Yeah.
The Boston Celtics and like this is a magical comeback. How is Tatum back? And everyone's like, it just means we have to watch the Celtics. We thought they weren't going to be in these playoffs.
Jason Tatum is like if Kobe Bryant was more efficient but gave it up at the cost of his entire personality.
Yeah. Luckily, the entire Celtics team and fan base is a lot more entertaining, but they really are the Eastern Conference Thunder, where it's just like, I know they're good. I guess I have to fucking see them in the Eastern Conference Finals. But maybe not. Maybe not. The Sixers beating the Celtics in the first round would maybe bring me more joy than the Magic winning. I'm not kidding. I don't know why I hate the Celtics so much.
As of right now, and I don't know if this is going to change, that is the only game on Saturday, is that Game 7.
Damn.
I think we have the potential to get 3 Game 7s on Sunday, but I think that's going to be the only Saturday game, is that Game 7, which means everyone is going to be plugged in for that. I think outside of me. Nope, 6:30, I'll be out of the movies. I will be plugged in for that game.
Adam, now that we're about to move on to our next thing, I'm going to take my customary bathroom break.
Okay. I'm going to introduce... No, I'm not going to introduce it. I'm going to be here for my next one.
You know what? I'm going backwards hat.
Backwards hat.
We're barstooling it up in here.
By the way, I want to throw out a quick like pseudo love on the back of our conversation we just had. That is the 76ers fans during Embiid free throws, during your own team's free throws, breaking out the loudest "We Want Boston" chant I have ever heard in my life.
Yeah, that's true. That's funny. That's funny.
Do you want a love or hate real quick?
Can I do a hate that's like... Can I do a hate?
Yeah, let me just real quick. I just have to do my sponsorship for Liquid Death here. I'm trying to get them to sponsor us, and I figure if I just keep reading the ads, they'll do it eventually.
Yeah,
Liquid Death.
That's the way to work.
Drink things that are aggressively named. This is not gonna help me get the sponsorship. This is one of their iced tea flavored. It's a Pop-Tart flavor. I usually don't buy stuff like this, but Mike tried it, said it was good, and so as a bit, I bought it for the podcast. Drinking it gives me a headache. This is my last one. I'm trying to get rid of them. I hate them.
That sounds awful. I remember when I don't remember if I ever told you about the Spec TV series I AC'd on for a month in Chicago and Iowa. So. Like it was in Chicago and Iowa. It was miserable, really terrible people on that set.
Nice. Love it.
Just not the crew. Crew was great. The people in charge were awful. Yeah. I won't get into it, but they only had Mountain Dew Code. They had water and Mountain Dew Code Red. That was all for a month. That's absurd. All they had in the cooler.
That is absurd. I think that if I was producing a film set, I would ban all sodas from being provided by the production.
My God, yeah. They did deep dish pizza for lunch. Like multiple times. I was like, guys.
It's like the one.
What are we doing? That's like the one film school rule is do not give people pizza.
Don't give people pizza. They'll fall asleep after it.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Give me your hate.
I hate that. I hate.
Give me your hate.
Give me your hate. Do it. I hate that the Magic pulled me back in.
I knew it was gonna be the Magic as soon as
These motherfuckers, all year. Listen, you these motherfuckers all year. They rope-a-dope me. They're good. They're bad. 10-game win streak, 8-game losing streak, 33 straight to the Raptors. You know, and I'm done. You know, I'm like, there's injuries. Jamal Mosley isn't the guy. We get blown out by the Sixers in the 7-8 play-in game. And these motherfuckers, these fucking cocksuckers have the gall. They have the gall to play hard, to destroy the Hornets, to play with like hustle and intensity and energy for 4 games of the series to go up 3-1. And then motherfucking Franz Wagner hurts his calf. And now they're going to drop a 3-1 lead to the Pistons. I'm calling it right now. The Magic are losing this series. I'm doing it right now. I'm stamping it.
Eastern tonight.
Game 6 is tonight.
Game
I
6
should
is
say
tonight.
because this is probably going to come out after this game has dropped, after the game happened. I can't believe this is happening, Adam. Quite frankly, I can't believe that they got healthy just in time to show everybody that they could be good, and then they get hurt again, so they have more excuses for why they didn't win. And frankly, it's disgusting, and I hate it. And Franz Wagner's calves should be studied by science for how frail they are. He needs to get on the machine. The machine in the gym that old people use, where it's like weights, and you just like lift yourself on your toes to work on your calves.
I use that machine, sir.
Oh, sorry.
How dare you? How dare you? My simple thought on this series is that if anyone on that team outside of Cade Cunningham can score like 15% of their points in a game, it's really hard for the Magic to win.
Yeah.
However, Cade Cunningham keeps scoring like 25 to 50% of their points.
Well, that's the problem for the rest of the series. Franz is their main defender on Cade. I love Jalen Suggs. Cade is too big. Cade is too big for Suggs. And then, so, like, what are your options? It's like Anthony Black, Tristan Da Silva, Desmond Bane. Like, no. He's too big for Desmond Bane and his baby arms. His little strings. I have a lot bigger wing. I have a better wingspan to guard Cade than Desmond Bane does.
Yeah. He just turns Desmond, like Bane's like a plus defender, but he just turns Desmond Bane into a turnstile because he's just like, what if I step sideways and your little arms can't reach me?
Yeah, it's like, I can't go through you because you're built like a brick shit house, but I'm gonna go around. I'm just gonna go around you because you can't grab the ball. Yeah, I really don't feel good about this game. I know the Magic were in the last game, but they were in the last game with 6 for 11 3-point shooting from Paolo.
45% overall from the team, yeah.
Yeah, the team was raining threes, and Paolo in particular was like on one. And I felt like during that game, I'm like, fuck, Paolo is locked in. Like, how I don't trust this to continue. Like, this team is suddenly turning into the team that lost in the playoffs the last 2 years, where it's like, Paolo, do something, please. And for whatever reason, when Franz is on the floor, they just run a better offense, like. So often it's just like Suggs brings the ball up the court and then like passes it to Paolo, and they do an inverted pick and roll, and it's just like
Paolo do something,
yeah, and it's just such a bummer to see. And that's the thing is, what sucks is if Franz is healthy, I think they win the series. I think they could win the next series, as we've discussed. But I don't really love the Raptors or the Cavs. Yeah, I'm nervous about tonight. I got to be so real, and I hate that I care. I didn't care. I was like, well, the season will be over, and I'll watch a bunch of other basketball, and I'm not invested in the Magic, and they got me invested just to break my heart.
Listen, let's finish talking through the Magic, and then I actually have a love for the Magic, so we'll get to that. We'll swing it more positive. If I was a Magic fan, which by osmosis to a level I am,
more than your average bear.
More than your average bear. The thing that worries me the most is Jalen Duren's Game 5. When suddenly
he was a
like,
lot better.
Oh, fuck. Wait, Jalen Duren's going to start playing offensively well? Like, that was my concern. That being said, Jalen Duren probably is still going to get cooked on the glass against this team. He had a really good game. He's a big, strong man. Isaiah Stewart had a ridiculous amount of blocks in the series so far. But all it takes is like one of your front court to get really hot while Paolo is still playing well, which this has been an absolute Paolo breakout series, for that worry to go away. But
Paolo breakout series, this is his worst. You know what's funny about that is this is the worst playoff series he's played.
He looks so
like
good.
go back and look at his numbers from the first two playoff series. That's the funny thing where everybody's like, Paolo cooked, he's not good during the regular season. You're like, he kind of averages 30 a game on 60% shooting in the playoffs. I don't know what to tell you. Is he,
I think that, like, I don't know if it's just coaching or what, but they just fall asleep at the wheel during the regular season.
Yeah, that is so concerning to me. They're like the Timberwolves a little bit, where you're just like, you guys.
Except
you
the
guys
Timberwolves have
there?
been to back-to-back conference championships, and that's why they take their foot off the gas in the regular season.
Yeah, exactly. But Magic haven't earned it, but they're like, we'll turn it on in the playoffs. Paolo currently in 17 playoff games is averaging 27 points, 8.5 rebounds, 5 assists.
That's just LeBron's stat line. You just told me LeBron's stat line.
Yeah. 44% from the field. Not great, Jim. But so 41% from three. So
good news for the Magic is that we already had the Duncan Robinson makes a lot of shots game.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a once a playoffs thing. Duncan Robinson loves to disappear into the background, and he already had his 50% from three shooting game and a 42% from three shooting game. So,
I mean, that's the funny thing that Pistons game didn't exactly. If I was a Pistons fan, I wouldn't feel great either. You know, it's not like that Game 5 was like, wow, they figured it out. It was just like Jalen Duren got a few more rebounds, and no one could guard Cade, and the Magic still had it within three. With 3 minutes left in the game.
Isaiah Stewart has just like once a game just has the most athletic block I've ever seen.
Yeah, where he hurls himself into the air like an Olympic, like a long jumper,
Like I wouldn't say in my head I don't think of Beef Stew as athletic until I watch him jump to block a ball. Like what was it? Was it game 3 or 4 where he just blocked everything the entire game?
Yeah, and he had 8 blocks. It's like, yeah, it was crazy.
And it's not like I'm watching him like blow by guys or out jump guys and until he goes on a block and then it's suddenly like he has springs in his legs.
Yeah, it's suddenly he's like blocking shots off the backboard like LeBron. It's like that level of athleticism, but only when he's running for a block. That's the only time.
Listen, if I'm the Magic, here's what I do. Right. First off, I have is it Angel Reese that's dating
Wendell Carter Jr.? Yeah,
I have her courtside. Second, I don't know, who's your biggest rabble-rouser that's not getting a ton of minutes right now?
Mo Wagner. Mo Wagner hasn't played a minute of the series.
I put Mo Wagner on Beef Stew and wait for Beef Stew to start swinging.
That's a good call. They need to get Goga some more minutes, like match Goga's minutes with Stewie's minutes. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't feel great about the series if I'm the Pistons, and I don't feel great about the series if I'm the Magic because Franz is hurt. And I know Franz hasn't been like electric in this series, but he's hit some big shots and had some nice stretches.
That
where
back-to-back
the
threes.
only other person. Yeah,
the threes from Franz and Paulo, and what was that, game 2?
Yeah, game 3, the back-to-back
game
threes,
3.
And then game 4 he hit the 3 at the break to seal it. At the end of the game too. Like Franz has been solid this series in a way that he hasn't been solid in the first 2 playoff series he's played the last couple of years. This year he's been like valuable. But he's the only other person who can like initiate offense for them. Which is tough.
Can I give you my love for the series though?
Go for it.
Yeah. The Anthony Black heat check game.
Yeah. I love AB.
You and I texted early on, like maybe game 1 or 2, about how Paolo is like a Mount Rushmore, off the first shot if he's scoring a lot or not guy. Or maybe it was just how the Magic are. Anthony Black had that in game 5 where he hits his first shot and you just go, oh, Anthony Black's about to start cooking.
Yeah, Anthony Black is one of those guys where like one day he'll just, 2 minutes into a game, he'll just blow by somebody for a sick dunk. And you're like, oh, he's going to be aggressive today. Good.
Yeah,
like
he's He's here. He's playing.
Yeah, seriously. Every third game, Anthony Black is like, I'm going to the rim and I'm 6'7", and you know what I mean. Like, there's this funny thing where like he wants to be like additive, float around the edges, hit threes, cut kind of guy, and I'm like, Anthony, you're like 6'7", 200. Go to the basket, my guy. No one can stay in front of you.
Yeah, I just looked it up here. It was in the first. He gets subbed in and immediately dunks the ball.
Yeah, he's the king of like he's our best player on a fast break. He's so fast. He's way faster than you think he'd be for how tall he is.
Yeah,
like it's so funny that he's like, no, I'm the additive around the edges, stay in the corner, baseline cut guy, and I'm like, I love that you think you're the glue guy, Anthony, but like, please go to the basket and dunk it. That would be sick. That would be good.
I would love a game where they just rotated athletic wing guys into the dunker spot and just had your best passer lobbing up dunks for him.
He is quite a good defender. He's not as effortful as Suggs, and he's not quite big enough to defend Cade. But game 3, he did have 3 steals and 3 blocks. So
I think he has the best chance non-Paolo division of defending Cade.
Yeah.
And that's just because Paolo's longer. But
yeah, Paolo's just a little slow. Like Cade will just keep rolling into those turnaround jumpers, and Paolo can't really keep up with him. You need someone with quicker hands. He's healthy, technically. He's available.
He's on the injury report last game.
Was he? Never mind. I don't know. I don't want him on the floor anyway.
Yeah, he's not.
It's too late. It's too late in the series to introduce Jonathan Isaac and see.
The problem with Jonathan Isaac is that he's just not very good.
The problem with Jonathan Isaac is that he spends more time preaching than he does in the lab,
working on his jumper.
Yeah. And you know what? He probably makes more money preaching too. Anyway,
at least over the course of his life, he probably will. The guy's probably not going to be in the NBA in 2 years.
Yeah.
If you
I don't feel great about the series, I guess, is kind of my final note. And the bummer from I don't feel great about it. I feel like they need to win tonight. I feel like Game 7. I just can't picture this team winning a Game 7 in Detroit without Franz.
That's how I felt about the Timberwolves. Yeah, sometimes you just know with a team. You got to win in Game 6. This is probably
especially it's just like the specter of dropping a 3-1 series lead like that might crush them.
If they lose
feels
tonight,
like their best opportunity.
Maybe just fake injuries for all your major players, so you have an excuse in Game 7.
Well, is that why Franz is hurt? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't feel good about it. We might come back next week and be like, "Wow, Magic won Game 1 against the Cavs or whatever. Great." But I don't feel great about it tonight. Held the Cavs to
71 points.
Held the Cavs to 71 points. James Harden went 0 for 34 from the field. Had 15 turnovers.
Let me just give you a quick note for something I missed on Cavs Raptors that I just wanted to bring up. This is one of my loves, and it's Scotty Barnes, and not for his 24, 5, and 8 stat line, not for his 2.5 steals plus blocks, but just because he's the only guy on the Raptors, the only rangy wing on the Raptors, brave enough to not have cornrows.
That's funny. That's true.
I just saw that.
They all have the same haircut. You're right.
They all have the same haircut. I wouldn't be surprised if Jakob shows up next time with cornrows.
Just do it. Maybe it'd give him some juice.
Yeah, we haven't had a white guy in the NBA with cornrows, and it feels like a really long time. I feel like we gotta.
That's an early 2000s fashion trend. That's the early 2000s fashion trends are coming back. Everyone's wearing baggy pants. White guys should get some cornrows.
Yeah, Jakob cornrows.
Jakob Poeltl, Allen Iverson cornrows. Yeah.
How about you want to give me a love since we just shit on the Magic for 14 minutes?
Well, I didn't shit on the Magic. I was like, I hate that I love them.
Yeah, you're right. That's a really positive thing.
Yeah. I love. I'm trying to think of something that isn't just like I love this series. You know what I mean?
Fucking go for it. Rip one off.
I love watching the Raptors or the Rockets try to initiate offense because it doesn't work, and it's so crazy. It's like watching a train wreck.
Yeah.
It's really fascinating. I can't take my eyes off of it.
I get so much joy out of this series, and it's objectively not a good series. It's like
the same as
relying
Raptors Cavs, where you're like, oh god, this is gross basketball. Whoever's this team gets to the next round is going to lose, but I can't take my eyes off of it. And
we are relying on washed Marcus Smart and Reed Shepherd to be important guys in a playoff series in 2026.
Yeah,
and it's bad. It's disgusting. But every time it comes on, part of it's also it's a good jersey matchup.
Elite jersey matchup.
The Lakers and Rockets jerseys just go so well together. You get some more LeBron James. Austin Reeves came back and did not look great, but no Kevin Durant, no Luka Doncic. It's still every time that they're after this, Lakers Rockets tips off. I'm like, oh fuck yeah! I know where I'm staying for the next 2 hours.
Absolutely. It's so crazy how locked into this series I am, and it's such a trash series.
It's so trash. They also have they have their game 6 tonight with the Lakers leading the series 3-2. And that's the other thing about the series that makes it so much fun. You said the specter of losing a 3-1 lead as a Magic fan. Right now, hanging over the Lakers is the specter of being the first team to lose a 3-0 lead.
Lakers fans hate LeBron so much as an LA guy. It's actually absurd how much I was literally talking to somebody. I've been training to bartend. I've to move from waiting to bartending. And
you've been watching cocktails over and over again.
Yeah, just watching Tom Cruise make Cuba Libres or whatever. Flipping cocktail shakers. And we were chatting with people at the bar. I have had 2 separate conversations with people unprompted at the bar. Because me and the other bartenders talking about basketball, somebody will chime in and be like, LeBron sucks, Kobe's better. Kobe's better than LeBron. I hate LeBron, I want him off the team. I'm like, and we're looking, and I'm looking around like, you guys are, this was earlier in the series where I was like, you guys are up 3-0 in a series without your 2 best players. I maybe show LeBron some respect, man.
And if that was when they were up 3-0, that was also coming off the LeBron, absurd 3-pointer tying overtime game.
Yeah, and people and Lakers fans are still like, Kobe's better.
If Reed Shepherd had just slowly rolled the ball out of bounds, the Rockets would have won that game.
Yeah,
but instead, LeBron hits a sick 3-pointer to tie and goes to overtime, and then you're at your job the next day, and someone goes, "Yeah, LeBron's trash. Hate him."
It's so crazy. If he loses this series, he won't be able to show his face in LA. He'll have to move.
Yeah, if he loses that, it's gonna be outrageous. I will say, to LeBron's credit, also, I mean, obviously no Kevin Durant, which the Rockets. It's I get it. Everyone's harped on this all year. We've talked about this during the playoffs. This is not a new thought. It is absurd to watch this Rockets team without Kevin Durant. In their last win in Game 5, let me look up how many points Sengun had. But in Game 5, Sengun...
14.
Oh, Jabari Smith led the team. But how many points did Sengun have?
14.
Yeah, Sengun had 14 points. 14 points. And they won. And I am just like, what do you do on offense? What is it anyone does here? Reed Shepherd keeps getting shadow benched every other game because he's not good on defense because he's a slow, short-armed white guy from a bad draft 2 years ago. And then they're bringing fucking Josh Okogie off the bench. Josh Okogie, who was a throw-in in the Kevin Durant trade because he's a good defender on the edge. It's you don't need to bring Josh Okogie off the bench, man. Bring someone who can hit a 3-pointer off the bench.
If you had told me before Game 5 that their leading shot taker was going to be Amen Thompson at 4 for 14, I would have been like, oh, wow, Lakers moving on. Good for them. Good defense, guys. Good job. Enjoy that. Have fun with the Thunder.
In Game 5, in an elimination game, their second straight elimination game against the Lakers, this Rockets team shot 43 pointers. 40. 40. Do they have a single guy that took a 3-pointer during that game who shot above 36% from 3 on the year? Maybe Reed Shepherd. Maybe Jabari Smith. Maybe.
Let's see. Reed Shepherd from 3 this season finished at 39%.
Okay. What about Jabari?
Jabari Smith Jr. finished at 36%.
Okay. So the two guys who combined to go 6 for 16 from 3 in that game, were there only two guys over 36% not named Kevin Durant from 3 with volume? I'm sure like Sengun or something did.
Yeah.
Like every game I watch too, it's like, okay, on one end, it's like the Lakers can't get something going. It's like, well, yeah, LeBron James is 1,000 years old and somehow Marcus Smart is older. Their second best offensive player has been Rui Hachimura. And then Luke Kennard has to go off to do anything for them. In Game 5, he was complete dog shit. And they're bringing Austin Reeves off the bench, and he was bad in that game. We'll see how he is in Game 6. But on the other end,
it took the Rockets going down 3-0 in a series to be like, should we like watch some tape and try and play intentional defense, or should we just like keep switching everything and let Kennard get to his spots, you know?
It like every game is fascinating. Like if you are someone who wants to know ball, there are better games to watch from like hey, let me learn how offenses run. But like this game you have to watch to be like, is this a train wreck or is this working perfectly as basketball should?
Well, that's the crazy thing about this series is like Magic Pistons could finish 99-93 tonight, but I would be like, wow, look at the defensive performance from both these teams. The effort, the tactics, like the defense is incredible. And Lakers Rockets could finish 99-93, and I'd be like, wow, I can't believe the Lakers scored 99 points. That's crazy. It's not because the Rockets played good defense. It's just, wow, I can't believe that offense got liftoff like that.
Ime's cooked, man.
Yeah, it's so over for him. Is sneaky the best thing that's like sneaky best move is moving on from Ime to Joe Mazzulla for the Celtics?
You've brought this up 2 podcasts in a row, and I think that this is a great take.
I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
How lucky that was.
You asked me last time if they win a ring with Ime Udoka, and I said I don't think they do. I think I'm still on that stand, even though the Rockets are storming back into this game. I can't wait to watch this. 8:30 tip tonight. I'm gonna be so sleepy.
All right, more fortuitous result, despite the horrible circumstances leading into it. Cooper Flag, get the Mavericks getting the Cooper Flag pick, or the Celtics stumbling into Joe Mazzulla.
Listen, right now the scoreboard has a chance to update because Cooper Flag's got hopefully a long career ahead of him. Right now, it's got to be Joe Maz. They won a ring.
Yeah, they won a ring. Listen, I love Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag won Rookie of the Year. Good for the Mavs, but like, yeah, Joe Maz won a ring. Anyway, love Lakers Rockets.
It was it Cooper Flag? Oh yeah, Cooper Flag did. You're right. They announced it 4 days ago.
The other night we were texting after the Magic series and then the Cavs Raptors game, and you were like, "Are you going to watch Lakers Rockets?" I was like, I got some chores to take care of. I need to finish the thing, and then I think I'm going to fire up Barry Lyndon. I have the Criterion. I'm going to watch Barry Lyndon. And then like I got like 8 minutes. My eyes just gravitated to Lakers Rockets, and I watched like the first 8 minutes, and I was like, I got it. I shook free. I'm like, I can't watch Lakers Rockets. I can't do it. So I went and I did the dishes, and then I sat down and spent an hour like working on a script and like finishing edits. And then I turned around and I was like, shit, I don't have time to watch Barry Lyndon. That movie's 3 hours long. So I was like, I'm going to watch Dark City. I have the DVD for Dark City. So I opened Dark City and I sat down on the couch, and Lakers Rockets was on and I watched the final 10 minutes of Lakers Rockets.
Dude, I have like a pretty like strict like no screen time in bed thing. I just don't I don't want to be like in bed scrolling. So like when I go to bed, I have my Kindle, which sure counts, right? But like it's
reading a book or whatever.
And I've also I've developed a superpower where I can make myself fall asleep anywhere by reading a book.
That's nice.
Yeah, I've never had insomnia because I fall asleep whenever I read books. But I was in bed. I brought my laptop into bed to watch Lakers Rockets Game 5.
That's so funny.
All right. We gotta keep moving on here because we've talked about our favorite series, Lakers Rockets, for a little bit long here.
Adam,
let's move on.
Adam, I feel like you haven't done a hate in a while.
Oh, my next hate. I have 2 more hates and I have 1 more love. My next hate. This one's kind of a sad one, but I'll burn through it here. This one's legit. It's not funny or anything, but the injury playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Durant, Luka Doncic, Anthony Edwards, Victor Wembanyama missed a game or two with a head injury. Aaron Gordon and Franz Wagner. That's just off the top of my head, the people I could think of. I mean, obviously, then I would assume misses a game. Dante DiVincenzo, they're just not, the big star names.
Yeah, I mean, even that's the thing. Even core guys are going down. This happens every playoffs.
This feels worse. Maybe it's just because some of the name.
That's
value
what we
with
said
Kevin
last
Durant,
year.
Luka and Ant and Wemby.
That's what we said last year.
Who was out last year?
Well,
Tatum?
last year was the year that Tatum and Halliburton both got hurt.
Halliburton. I mean, like if we're
that
just
was
going
all
by
the way
numbers,
finals.
Halliburton
Yeah,
missed half of
that's
one
true.
game.
That's true. Tatum was the big one, but it was like I think maybe Durant got hurt again.
He might have. Well, Durant got eliminated in 4 games last year.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 Cancun. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there definitely were others last year.
Oh,
I'm
you know
not
what?
remembering them.
The Timberwolves played the Warriors, and the Steph Curry got hurt.
You know who got hurt last year? Franz Wagner.
What? Franz Wagner got hurt in the NBA?
Is he as Andrew said in our group chat, is he secretly Franz Ferdinand, and he's been hurt since 1916 or whatever.
You said that, my first thought was the band Franz Ferdinand. I thought that you were going that direction with this. Listen,
take me out. Take Franz Wagner, take me out. That's what he's saying. Take me out, I'm hurt.
Take me out, I hurt my oblique in my calf.
I hurt my oblique in my calf.
Injuries suck. And I think the series the 2 series has been most obvious and are both in the West with Rockets, Lakers featuring no Kevin Durant, no Luka, and mostly no Austin Reeves. And the Timberwolves Nuggets, where Aaron Gordon, who is the glue guy of the NBA right now, being out and being hobbled, Ant, DiVincenzo, Io all go out, and we don't get the same quality of series that we should have.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely agree. Like, think about Rockets Lakers if Luka and Durant are playing. That's a different. Like, I know we just spent a bunch of time talking about how because they're out, it's the most fascinating series ever. You
know what's crazy?
What?
If Luka and Durant are playing, I think I enjoy the series less.
I was just about to say that. I was getting to that point. There's something about the 2 top guys being out and it being like it's LeBron versus Alperen Şengün, where I'm like, is this just lingering, like us watching a lot of Wizards Nets this year, where we're like,
it's gotta be. We've conditioned ourselves.
Masochists.
Like, I sit down to turn on the game and I'm like, I wonder how Rui Hachimura is gonna do today.
Yeah. Do we think Josh Okogie is going to provide any valuable bench minutes? That's us. That's an impression of us.
But let me just say this. NBA, injuries suck. Stop doing them.
Oh, yeah. I think I would agree with that.
Yeah. Stop focusing so much on tanking. Just stop the injuries.
Can I give you something I love, Adam?
Yeah, give me something you love.
I love the downfall of the Hawks. I know no one has any opinions on this team, but as a Orlando Magic fan who's played the Hawks every year, like 4 times a year for my entire life, every year people are like, the Hawks, they could be sneaky, they could be pretty good this year. The Hawks, Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, they lost by 60.
Dude, that game was absurd. I was on stream with Mike while it was going on, and I went back later and watched like the condensed replay of it, but that game was absurd. Because, kind of on brand with what you're saying here, Mike at half, when they were up 51 points at half, 51 points in an elimination game, Mike on stream just goes, yo, fuck Trae Young. Trae Young's not on the team anymore, man! But Knicks fans hate this Hawks team with a burning eternal passion, which makes the downfall even more fun.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like CJ McCollum, like they needed to get angry at CJ McCollum just to feel something.
Yeah. Yeah, like the Knicks don't roll out of bed against the Hawks unless someone gets angry about Trae Young.
Yeah.
And they got angry. You know what? Let me just pat a guy on the back that we buried it and threw the dirt on top of his graves. Mikal Bridges, way to get one for the team.
Yeah. I know you were up 40 and you were hit banging threes, but you know.
My favorite stat from this that I don't really have a spot for, but friend of the pod, Jonathan Kuminga, who we have complimented endlessly on this podcast, minus 44 in 23 minutes.
What is the worst plus minus in playoffs history?
Someone
had to have pulled that stat.
How could it be worse than that? He played 23 minutes and was a minus 44 In 11 minutes, Nikhil Alexander-Walker was a minus 29. In 15 minutes, Dyson Daniels was a minus 36.
Jonathan Kuminga has the 5th worst plus minus in the history of the NBA. I shouldn't have looked this up because it made me sad.
Okay.
Worst plus minus in NBA history. There are 4 players with the worst plus minus. There are 3 guys who were minus 45 in a game, and there is 1 guy who was minus 51 in a playoffs game. Yeah.
In a playoffs game. Okay, the minus 51, I'm going to guess Devin Booker.
It is not Devin Booker. I'll give you a hint. It happened last year.
Last season.
Last playoffs. Against the Thunder. It was Desmond Bane. It was Desmond Bane. It was Desmond Bane in the Memphis, and when Memphis lost by 800.
I was going to say John Morant, but I was like, I think John Morant was hurt for that game.
Desmond Bane was minus 51. The other 3 guys, just for the record, Derek White minus 45 against the Knicks for the Celtics last year when the Knicks had that crazy blowout game. The Knicks just go on these crazy runs, huh?
They love to get a blowout in there.
They love a blowout. Klay Thompson in 2022 against the Grizzlies. Remember when the Grizzlies blew them out in like Game 5 and they were down like 3-1 or whatever, and they were doing whoop
talking
that
shit
trick
afterwards.
that was the whoop that trick game. And then Andre Drummond in a series I don't remember in 2019 for Detroit, he was minus 45 against
does it show who they
Milwaukee
played?
Bucks. Yeah,
against the Bucks.
Was that the Giannis? That was the Giannis championship year in 19.
Were they 21? I can't remember.
Maybe. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I just don't remember that one. And then
might have been
Jonathan
Toronto.
Kuminga minus 44. Which, by the way, he's tied at minus 44 with Tyler Hero from last year.
Now,
all of these are from last year.
Does it show the minutes played for those? Because I want to know if any of them had less minutes than Kuminga.
That would be a negative Ghost Rider.
Yeah, 23 minutes.
23 minutes minus 44. Desmond Bane was minus 51 in 27 minutes. The closest would be Klay Thompson, who was minus 45 in 25 minutes.
Can I give you my love from this game?
Uh-huh.
The weirdest triple-double in NBA history. Now, I know we've had some weird triple-doubles. I know we've had the Hassan Whiteside triple-double where you get a triple-double in rebounds, points, and blocks, which is unusual.
The Whiteside.
Let's talk about this.
So
Let's talk about this Karl Anthony Towns triple-double. Karl Anthony Towns took 4 shots and had a triple-double. He went 1 for 4.
That's
had 12
so crazy.
Points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists on 1 for 4 shooting because he had 10 free throws and went 10 for 10 from the charity stripe.
Crazy.
He also had 3 fouls and I think like 4 turnovers. I need to double check how many turnovers he had. But it like in a game in a game that is notable. Oh, sorry. He had 3 turnovers and 1 foul. No, I'm sorry. I was looking at Josh Hart. He had three fouls and 1 turnover. In a game where a team dismantled another team, Karl Anthony Towns wins the stat for the weirdest triple-double for having an incredibly inefficient game.
Could I give you my favorite plus minus from this game? Like Kuminga minus 44 in 23 minutes is pretty good. Mitchell Robinson was plus 29 in 9 minutes. That's crazy, dude. What a weird game. How'd this happen?
Yeah, I got to be honest. I watched only the third quarter for this because I was streaming for the first half. I got off. I watched the third quarter and then went, I'm good. I've seen enough.
Yeah, they're not coming back. 60 to 9. It was 60 to 19 at one point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the joke everyone's throwing around is that like the absurd point difference in Space Jam was less than the point difference.
Where it's like seems a little bit one-sided, isn't it? To 18. That's good. Looney Tunes, good. There's a bar I go to in LA that always has, if there's not like a game on, they'll put the Looney Tunes on. And the number of times I'm sitting there with my friends and my eyes just gravitate to the Looney Tunes and like they're like, Tyler, hello. And I'm like, sorry, I was just thinking about how well done the Looney Tunes are.
Hey,
about how the Looney Tunes are the best thing ever.
I know we do this occasionally, about how it's a shame that we became like closer friends after you left. But like, I don't have people in my life who just are like, let's go hang out at the bar, which is one of my favorite activities.
Damn. One of my favorite activities too. The real problem is I work at a bar, so I very rarely have time to go out to a bar.
One of us should move to the same city, or we should just move to a city in the middle. Like, how do you feel about Salt Lake City?
Denver?
You want to move to Salt Lake City?
Salt Lake? Well, Salt Lake City doesn't have bars, remember?
Oh, yeah, so Denver. But we're going to go to Denver, and we're going to go to a bar, and they're going to be like, what weed would you like?
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. I'm like, do you have the Looney Tunes here?
And they're like, yeah, that's a strain of sativa. Let me give you my last hate here, because we are, once again, overtime. The Suns. I hate them. Way to not put up a single fight. Not even like a decent effort in any of these games. You were so fucking outclassed. Like, if in 2 years you were like, hey, remember that Suns playoff run where they got trounced by the Thunder? I'd be like, no, you mean 2022 when they got trounced by the Timberwolves. Be like, no. When they got obliterated by the Thunder in 4 games. I'm like, I don't think they ever played the Thunder.
I think this one is worth noting as the Dylan Brooks year.
Yeah, that's
fair. It's not, it was, you're like, wait, was that the Thunder beating them? That was post Kevin Durant. Like there's a divider, at least.
Yeah.
It's not like, was that the first year they lost with Kevin Durant or the second year they lost with Kevin Durant?
It's got to be so hard to be a Suns fan because you must just spend all your time being like, fuck, I really like that
just
finals
looking
team.
at a picture of the finals team. What's
Yeah.
the Wolverine meme where he's like touching the photo and it's just Chris Paul.
Chris Paul and Kevin Durant. Not Kevin Durant. Devin Booker high-fiving.
Devin Booker, yeah. High-fiving, yeah. It's
With
like
DeAndre
Chris Paul
Ayton
throwing a
standing
lob
in
to DeAndre Ayton.
That's all I got for hates and loves. Did you have any more you want to throw out?
I think we covered every series, right? Are we missing
outside
a series?
Outside of Spurs Trailblazers, which whatever.
I love that the Blazers tried. They were. I remember you and I, we should mention, had a text exchange where we're like, maybe the Spurs are frauds when the Blazers went up 17 in Game 4,
and then the Spurs won that game.
And the Spurs won that game by 17. They had it was like a 30-point halftime swing.
You just got to publicize our takes off the cuff sometimes, don't you?
Well, I just want to point out that we are not infallible,
Right, because I think the impression most people get from this podcast is that we are, in fact, infallible. You remember our Ben Shepherd is great takes?
Yeah, Ben Shepherd is great. We love him. We love Ben Shepherd. We love Danny Wolf. We love Maxime Reynaud. Remember Maxime Reynaud? Oh, man.
Can't wait to watch him next year.
Yeah, he's going to be great. Yeah, because the Kings will always be a bad team. Yeah, that's all I got.
Cool. Let's close it out. We did this last week. We're gonna do some pre-actions, which is where we are going to react to the result of games that haven't happened yet. So, Tyler, we'll start with your Orlando Magic in Game 6 against Detroit with the opportunity to eliminate the Detroit Pistons. Tip-off tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Give me your pre-action to the final result of this game.
Hey, I'm glad the Magic won, but it's a real shame what Isaiah Stewart did to Mickey Mouse. It's, like, really disgusting, and the NBA needs to do something about this.
Can't top that. We're just moving on to the next one. Our favorite series, the Cleveland Cavaliers against the Toronto Raptors in what I call the sandwich game. 30-minute tip-off after Detroit-Orlando, which means I'll only be watching it when Detroit-Orlando is at half. Tyler Carcara, give me your pre-action to Cleveland-Toronto.
My pre-action to Cleveland-Toronto. Was there another game tonight?
Yeah, the 6.5 minutes I watched, a lot of Jakob Poeltl.
Who was it? Who won? That's my pre-action.
Yeah, you figure out who won when the Magic eliminate Detroit.
Yeah.
And finally, because we ate our broccoli, we get to eat our candy. Los Angeles Lakers, Houston Rockets, the late game. Give me your pre-action to the final result of this game.
Reed Shepherd, 100-point game?
If Reed Shepherd scores 100 points in this game, I will eat a sirloin steak live on air.
Oh, that sounds delightful. Just like a Reed Shepherd 100-point game, that would be delightful. I think. Yeah.
My pre-action for this one. I can't believe Luka Doncic came back and then got injured 4 minutes into the game, and he's done for the year.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But Austin Reeves still won it for him.
Kevin Durant somehow on the sideline and not on the sideline at the same time. He's Schrodinger's Kevin Durant.
Schroeder plays for a different team. You got to go back and listen to like the final 8-9 minutes of the last basket, the hockey one I did, because Mike and I also do these pre-actions, and he was really good week one. Like, he had some really good ones, and then I complimented his week one pre-actions right before we started doing the segment, and it absolutely fucked with his head. He got so tight. Like, he was just like, the Kings win.
That's funny. I think I only had one good one. I think the Magic one was my only good one.
The Magic one was good. I like the Cleveland-Toronto one just because it's thematic. Neither one of us had a great Lakers-Houston one, so that's all right.
Houston, no, there's nothing good. If it was in Los Angeles, I could be like, wow, look who was on the sideline. The Pink's Hot Dogs guy or whatever.
It was Roman Polanski on the sideline?
That's crazy.
And he got arrested at halftime.
They might allow him in Houston, I don't know what's going on in Texas, but...
You got any plugs?
No. Check out Secret Car on Letterboxd. So I'll have something coming at some point, I'll finish something at some point.
There you go. You can email us, as Mike Regan did, at townalonepodcast@gmail.com. Ask your questions. They'll be live on air. You can check out all of our content on townalone.com. If you're listening to the audio version of this, first off, follow us on Spotify. Every week, Spotify's like, man, a show your size should have more followers.
I follow.
Which I guess
means
people
are the podcast that I'm on. Thank you very much.
Which I guess means people listen but don't follow us, which is odd. If you like just the general personalities, check out our streaming channel, which is in the show notes. And we'll be back next week to talk more hockey and basketball. Can I get you to renew for another weekly podcast there, Tyler?
Let me check my schedule. What do I got next week? Is next week when I'm out of town, or is the week after that? No, it's a week after. Yeah, I could do another one next week.
Hey, there we go. Greenlit for one more week.
I cannot do the week after that, though. So,
you want to do a remote pod? You want to do just a call? Yeah,
yeah. I'll just call in.
Yeah. I'll tag Mike Regan in for that week, and he'll have worse basketball takes. But
I'll call in. I'll leave a message. I'll leave a voicemail.
Yeah.
I'll send an email.
Us an email. Yeah, there you go. And with that, since we don't do shout-outs on the end of this show, I just simply want to see how many NHL playoff teams you can name from this year.
Eliminated or not eliminated? Like the ones still in?
We'll say not eliminated, the remaining ones.
Okay. I saw a headline about the Oilers getting eliminated because Connor McDavid called his team average.
Yeah, called them mid dorks.
Called them mid dorks. A bunch of mid dorks. I know the Sabres. I know Andrew's texting about the Buffalo Sabres a lot, and they're playing the Penguins?
Nope. Penguins are eliminated.
But the Penguins are in the playoffs? Okay.
They're eliminated.
They're eliminated. The Sabres are playing did they play L.A.?
Nope, LA's eliminated, but LA played wrong conference.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's West Coast. That doesn't make sense. I thought it might be like the NFL where there are like West Coast, East Coast.
No,
I guess it only works for the NFL because there's only like 17 games a year.
Yeah. Right now you're 1 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Minnesota?
7. Minnesota's still in.
Yeah, I saw a headline about Jack Hughes scoring earlier today.
Jack Hughes is not on the Minnesota Wild. That would be Quinn Hughes.
Oh. Which one? Which one said something offensive about women's hockey after the Olympics?
That was Jack Hughes.
That was Jack Hughes.
And I think that was technically Trump.
Oh, well. And then Jack Hughes didn't say anything against it.
Right.
Oh, you're right. Should I just start naming hockey teams? 3, 4, I can just start
5,
naming
6,
teams.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you have 2 out of 11. I'll give you. I'll name 3 teams. If you hit all of them, you'll get to name a bonus team.
Toronto Maple Leafs.
Nope, they're not in.
Oh shit. Vancouver Canucks.
They are the worst team in hockey this year.
Oh shit. San Jose, the Sharks.
Narrowly missed. I can't believe
Colorado Avalanche.
The Avalanche are still in. They're the best team in hockey.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I saw them play live. Dallas. Is Dallas still playing?
Dallas got eliminated by Minnesota.
Oh damn. Okay. Wow, that must have been a nightmare jersey matchup, by the way.
It was a nightmare jersey matchup. Really good matchup, though. Those are two very good teams.
Are either of the Florida teams in it?
Tampa Bay.
Tampa. Not Florida. Panthers
Not
are
Florida.
out this year.
Panthers are out. Too many injuries.
Too many injuries.
This is art.
Capitals?
Nope. Caps didn't make it.
Islanders?
Islanders.
I think
didn't
I
make
can
narrowly
name. Was
missed.
it Bruins?
Bruins are playing the Sabres.
It only took me 25 teams.
You're
I know
almost
Andrew's
at
been texting
50%.
about the Sabres for. I guess we're just going all the way through now, aren't we?
I just want to. I want to see if you can get one more to get above 50% of the teams named.
The Kraken. The
Nope.
Seattle
Kraken missed.
Okay. Am I forgetting I said Edmonton. That was
Yeah,
the first
it
team
was
I
too
named.
Yeah. Didn't name the team that eliminated them.
The Blackhawks.
The Blackhawks are terrible.
Okay. The Milwaukee team.
There is no Milwaukee.
There's no Wisconsin team? That's interesting. You'd think there'd be a Wisconsin team. The Columbus Blue Jackets.
Narrowly missed the playoffs.
Damn. Okay. Fuck. Shit. Carolina Hurricane.
Carolina Hurricanes are still in. There you go. That's 6. Here, let me. The teams you missed: the Philadelphia Flyers, who eliminated the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Flyers.
The Montreal Canadiens.
Oh, I forgot about Montreal.
The Vegas Golden
Because
Knights.
they don't respect the French. No, I'm kidding. Vegas Golden Knights. Okay.
Anaheim. The Ducks, who eliminated the Oilers.
Get out of here. The Ducks.
The Ducks.
Damn.
And Tyler, your favorite hockey team, the Utah Mammoth.
Oh, the Utah Mammoth. That's right. That's right. I think I thought the Colorado Avalanche were the Mammoth. I got them confused. I didn't see the Avalanche earlier this year. I saw the Mammoth.
And with that, let's get out of here.